Hey, Josh, let's stay in the ACC and talk Miami, Florida State. Many times this is the game of the year in college football, if you go back to the 90s, of course, but an important game, maybe more so for the Hurricanes. Maybe they have flipped the script on Florida State this year. The Seminoles have eked out wins against the Canes in recent years and been the much better program significantly, but maybe Miami's catching up. Maybe it's just a down year for Florida State with DeAndre Francois, but a game in Tallahassee, I just have to think that Florida State's going to be a tough out down the stretch, regardless of what we've seen, and barely pulling out the win last week in the final 50 seconds against Wake. Miami, of course, with a decent win against Duke, but have yet to be tested. Your thoughts about Miami, Florida State?
So if you look at the schedules that these two teams have played so far, Florida State has faced far tougher tests. Obviously, Alabama and then NC State. Even Wake Forest is an improved team this season. Meanwhile, Miami has played Bethune-Cookman and Toledo. And then they had a nice win against Duke. But I think Miami really won that game against Duke just by having better athletes than the Blue Devils. I mean, Duke's a pretty good team, but they don't have the type of speed to be able to contain Miami. This is a big opportunity for the Hurricanes. They've lost 7 straight to Florida State, but Florida State is a little vulnerable. And if you're going to get the Seminoles, this is a great time to get them. They're only going to get better, I think, as the season goes on. James Blackman is going to get more comfortable every week. This is a really tough matchup for him. He's only completing just about 50% of his passes. That Miami defense is one of the probably 10 or 15 best in all of college football. I think this is a low-scoring game. I don't think either offense is going to be able to move the ball particularly well. But Miami's running game right now has actually been a little bit better than Florida State's behind Mark Walton and Homer, the backup running back there as well. I like Miami's chances in this game. I actually think they win this game by about 10. They cover the spread. And they've covered 7 of the last 8 against Florida State. So even though the Noles are winning the games, Miami's actually cashing tickets. So I think that they keep this this rivalry game is going to be a huge motivational factor for them. It's not going to be a letdown or anything like that. Miami comes out with a ton of motivation in this game, wins by 10.